What's up, everyone? I'm excited to give you my top stocks for this week. Like always, we will talk fundamentals and technicals for each. This week's top three stocks are Coinbase, Qualcomm, and Proterra. Also, in this video, I will cover ALYI, BFLY, Path, BP, Ego, ASTS, and Ethereum in that order. So, if you want to skip around the videos of the stocks that you own or interest you, totally feel free to do that. Before I jump into individual stocks, I want to talk briefly about how the market dynamics have changed in the past weeks due to moves in interest rates. Interest rates have broken lower, which is a positive trend for tech and growth stocks, but is also a negative for value and cyclical stocks. This trend lower should continue, which would be a positive for growth in tech, which is why I want to go a little bit heavier on tech than I usually do over these next couple months. So with that being said, let's jump into the video and talk individual stocks. As you can see, I'm going to be recommending a little more tech than I usually do. And also, as you can see in this chart right here, rates have clearly broken out to the downside, which would imply further downside. Okay, so let's talk Coinbase. I have a 290 price target on this. So implied volatility is a bit too high to buy options on Coinbase, but I really love the company as a long-term position. Coinbase has been in operation for a decade, and since inception, Coinbase has not been hacked a single time. This is because the company has heavily invested into compliance and security, making it the preferred platform for institutional investors due to its safety. With a 30 times PE, Coin is trading at a very fair valuation given the company's growth potential. Also, the company is in a great spot on their balance sheet with 3 times the amount of cash than debt. With Bitcoin and Ethereum holding crucial support levels at 30,000 and 2,000, the fundamental backdrop looks very bullish for Coinbase, as Coin sits on its own technical support level at about 250. So Coin has broken a strong 250 support level and has confirmed a new trading range. We should see Coin trade up to the top line of resistance on the current trading range around 290. So that's kind of my logic for the 290 price target. I think we hit it within the next couple weeks, honestly. If we had, Bitcoin or Ethereum go on a big run, I think that, it could be a little faster than that, even if. So I'm very bullish Coinbase. I own shares, not options though, because the implied volatility is a bit high. Okay, so let's move over to Qualcomm. So Qualcomm, I have a 165 price target on. Qualcomm is coming off an amazing Q2, growing earnings per share by 116% year over year. Qualcomm is the dominant leader in the 5G chip sector. Qualcomm's Snapdragon 5G chip is the most cost-efficient 5G chip on the market. Qualcomm's portfolio of wireless patents ensures it receives a royalty from every smartphone sold worldwide, which provides a high margin revenue stream for the company. As I have pointed out before, Chinese firm Huawei, which accounted for a significant chunk of 5G chip production, has been banned by the US and the UK, which should create even more market share for Qualcomm to take. The emergence of 5G is upon us, and it's clearly shown in the that's clearly shown in the infrastructure bill, which has allocated 65 billion to to broadband infrastructure, which will be the death of really 3G and will help roll out 5G to the entire United States. Qualcomm has been trading in a clear ascending triangle pattern, which historically implies further upside about 72% of the time exactly. Qualcomm should be able to break this pattern and move higher, given it's trading at 20 times PE and a 2% dividend. That's an extremely fair value for Qualcomm, given the growth prospects for this company. So this is a very strong buy for me. I own shares and options. As you can see here, we held this ascending triangle multiple times, and I drew this triangle a couple months back, and it's been very beneficial, and it's really held well. I think it continues to hold, and we trade up to the top line of resistance at about 165. And then after that, I really think we will bust past all-time highs. I'm very bullish Qualcomm. It's one of my largest positions. Okay, let's talk about ProTerra here. So I have a $25 price target on ProTerra. For those who don't know, ProTerra is an EV public transport company that has buses already on the road and more orders coming in each month. Compared to competitors like Arrival, Nikola, and Helion, ProTerra is already delivering EV buses to customers today and bringing in significant amounts of revenue. The head start in production demonstrates a clear leadership in the EV public transport sector, which should continue to grow in the future as the US government continues to invest in EV infrastructure. The infrastructure bill has received bipartisan support had, and has allocated $7.5 billion to electric buses, which should lead to large government contracts for ProTerra. ProTerra agreed to sell another 42 buses to Miami-Dade County to help build their EV public transport a couple weeks back. Given ProTerra is the only established EV bus maker, we should see more of these contracts come in before the infrastructure bill is even agreed upon. ProTerra is a great long-term hold, as as should as it should be, given it's one of the biggest EV companies in the future, and really that this company will be pushed by government contracts, which if you think about the government and the consumer making investments in EV transport, it's really going to be the government to make the early significant investments, as it's honestly not cost efficient right now. We're doing this to help the environment, obviously. So expect governments to make that sacrifice of cost before consumers. And given that, I think Proterra should do very well as they receive more and more government contracts. And if we look at the chart here, Proterra has held this $15, 1570 level, and I think we continue to hold. We saw last week a pretty big jump in Proterra from about 15 to 17. And shout out to the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you would have caught those option alerts and made some money off that. Links in the description. But I think Proterra is able to hold this 1570 level and trade up to $20 in the short term. And then if we're able to break through that $20 level, I think we'll trade up to that $25 level before the end of the year pretty easily. So $25 price target on Proterra. It's I own shares and I also do own options, so it's a pretty big holding for me. Okay, so now we're going to talk about one of the favorites on the channel, ALYI. So ALYI is my top stock of 2021. It has still yet to make a significant run, but it's never been more likely than it is right now, in my opinion. So my price target of $1 representing 2,000% upside is still very much in play as we wait for deliveries to be confirmed. I'm very confident ALI will come through and we will see that price move up in reaction to that news. So this stock is trading at a sub $6 million market cap, which is ridiculous given the valuations being thrown around to EV companies that don't even have a physical product or scheduled deliveries. The nice thing about AOI is we have both, which is why I'm very confident this company deserves a higher market cap given its growth potential. So love AOI here. And if we take a look at the chart, so we unfortunately failed to hold that 5 cent level, and we did trade lower. Honestly, I don't think technicals are gonna really be the end all be all for ALI. I really think it's just gonna be that fundamental news that comes out that sends the stock higher in probably, I think within these next 2 weeks, we'll finally see those delivery confirmations come out. Once we do, I think AOI shoots up to 8 cents at least. And then obviously, I think we work towards that $1 price target. So still very bullish AOI, no changes whatsoever. In fact, have never really been more bullish on AOI than I am right now. I know I've been a broken record on that, but I'm very bullish on AOI, and it is my top stock for this year. Okay, so let's move on to BFLY, Butterfly Networks. So this company is very fairly valued at 5 times PE, given it's an innovative healthcare company. For those who don't know, Butterfly Networks is cutting the cost of ultrasounds by 90% with their handheld device. The new ultrasound platform uses a semiconductor rather than a crystal-based sound wave. They are targeting emerging markets with this amazing cost-cutting innovation. It hasn't been a better time to buy BFLY in quite some time, as BFLY is now on that crucial support level at 1250. I think we hold that support line and trade up to the top line of resistance at about $15 within the next couple months. And then we should move into about $20 in the long term. So my price target is $20. As you can see right here, I thought we would break this a little earlier than we did. Unfortunately, we traded down, but we're actually just at that support level. Given the move in rates, I think Butterfly Networks should hold this trading range and trade up to $20 by year's end. So I own options, I own shares, very bullish BFLY. It is a large holding for me. Okay, so let's move into UiPath. So UiPath is the #1 robotic processes automation company. So 63% of the Fortune 500 use Path to automate tasks. The dollar-based net retention rate is 145%, which means that companies on average increase their spending with Path 45% on average. So Path also grew revenues by 65% last year, and the company is very popular, innovative tech play. This company is actually the only stock that is in all 6 ARK Invest funds, which is pretty cool, and should receive some more retail support based on that alone. So Path right now is trading right near that 65 or that $64 support level. I think we hold, as we did on these last 2 trading days on Thursday and Friday, I think we hold support and test the top line of resistance at about $80 in the long term. I own shares, I own calls here. We actually bought some short-term calls on Thursday when we were right on this support line. Shout out to the Discord if you caught that. You know, we were able to generate over 100% return off that one call. So shout out to Discord if you're in that. I'm sure you loved that call. And if not, the link is in the description. Check it out. And yeah, I'm pretty bullish Path. I own shares and calls. It is a pretty large holding for me. I think given the move in rates for Path, especially given it's a pre-revenue tech company, Path should do well as rates move lower. And it really is a great firm with a great long-term story. So I would be a long-term holder in Path for a very long time until anything changes. And if it does, I'll let you know. Okay, so BP. So trading at under 10 times PE and at exactly 1 price to book ratio, that's extremely cheap, even for an oil and gas stock. With a dividend of 4.6%, BP is the best value play in the oil sector, in my opinion. Oil prices will continue to rise as we move farther into the summer, which is the driving season. The increases we are seeing in demand are not being matched with increases in supply due to environmental worries. So that will only really push oil and gas prices higher. So if oil and gas prices trade up to, $80 a barrel, $85 a barrel, that will have a significant impact on the whole oil and gas sector's earnings. And we will see, gigantic beats for really all these names. And those stocks that are focused on returning capital to shareholders via dividends or buybacks should really do well. And I think BP is one of those. It fits that criteria. And also, it really is a pretty good time to buy BP as we're just trying to hold this $25 level, and we have successfully done that in the last trading day. I think we hold this level and trade up to at least $27 in the short run, and then long term, over these next couple months, I think we trade up to $32, as that would just be the top line of resistance on this trading range from 27 to 32. So I'm bullish BP, like it a lot. I like the oil sector still. I know I said, value and cyclicals will do poorly in a lower rates in a dropping rate in the environment, which is true. But I think as long as oil and gas can continue to go up in price, that will really kind of supersede the drop in rates and that effect on this stock. So bullish BP, still bullish oil and gas because I think oil and gas prices are going higher. Okay, let's talk about Ego. So this company is a gold miner. So great value here. Ego is trading at a cheap value, less than less than one times price to book, and also a 14 times PE, which is good for even for this market environment. I think we hold support at 980 and trade up to the top line of resistance around $12. Inflation is here to stay, and inflation hedges like gold should continue to do well. We are seeing Ego triple bottom here. As you can see, we got 3 bottom touch points, 1, 2, 3. So I think Ego holds support and trades higher on the backs of higher gold prices, which have been breaking out recently. I don't have the chart up right now, but gold has been in a firm breakout, and I really think that's due to all the fiscal spending, and that's been typically bullish, and the low rates, which have pumped a lot of money into the economy, which obviously drives down the value of each dollar that is already out there in the economy, making inflation run higher, which in turn helps Ego, helps gold. So I'm bullish gold. I really only like the plays that are very good value plays under 1 price to book ratio, which is Ego here. So I'm bullish Ego. I own some shares and some calls here. So if you want to see what calls and what shares I actually own and what my exit and entry points actually are, join the Discord below. And I can help you with that on a day-to-day basis. But I really do think Ego does well in the long term. And I really think we're going to see a jump within these next couple weeks, just given the crucial technical support level Ego is currently trading on at about 970. So bullish Ego, and I will continue to be as long as gold prices keep moving higher. Okay, so ASTS. All right. So ASTS is a Texas-based startup founded in mid-2017 with an ambitious goal to bring satellite internet to all mobile devices without modifications to existing devices. Since 2017, the company has been hard at work to turn its vision into reality. Now, with over 1,000 patents and patents pending, the advantage of satellite internet beamed directly to your mobile device cannot be understated. This would allow customers to maintain Wi-Fi connection wherever they go, whether it be land, sea, or even air. The company hopes to achieve the global connection with a network of 168 satellites. I love where it's trading on the chart as well. As you can see, we're just holding that 240 support level. We wanted to trade down, but we rejected that, and we held this current trading range of 1430 to about 1240. So I think ASTS trades up to 1450 in the short term. It's going to be a short term trade for me. Long term, if you believe in the company, you like it long term, maybe hold some shares. Personally, I'm playing this as more of a trade, and I'm really just owning options here. I'm not owning shares outright. So I own options. I'm going to swing them until probably we see this 1420 level. I'll be sending out an alert. If you're in the Discord, shout out. I'll be sending out an alert on Monday at least for ASTS options. So stay tuned for that. I think the company trades higher here as we're on a crucial support level. Okay, so let's talk about Ethereum here. We've been talking about this for a while now. The fundamental thesis for Ethereum is still very strong, given NFTs, DeFi, and stablecoins rely on the Ethereum blockchain to exist. we have held that crucial $2,000 level, which is leading me to believe Ethereum will make a solid run this week. With Ethereum 2.0 on the horizon, which will drastically cut energy costs, I expect Ethereum to be the top performer of the crypto sector, as Ethereum is by far the most fundamental useful crypto out there, as it provides a blockchain network which has multiple use cases. So Ethereum's almost the value play of the crypto sector, if if you will, and I think it will continue to be. It's really been a tough couple months for Ethereum and the crypto sector in general, but I really think Ethereum got kind of wrapped into that general market sell-off. Not much change fundamentally at all. In fact, really only positive fundamental changes happen, given Ethereum 2.0 is on the horizon and will cut energy costs drastically. So I love Ethereum here. I own a good amount of Ethereum. It's a significant portion of my portfolio. I think it's around 15 to 20% of my portfolio is in Ethereum. So I'm pretty bullish. I think we move up to in the short term, I think we hold the support line about 2,200 and trade up to 2,900, and then in the long term, I think we'll bust past all-time highs and come to pass 4,000 easy peasy, and then in the long term, I could see Ethereum trading at a nice round 10,000, but that's obviously a long-term prediction, so you're gonna have to wait a long time to probably see Ethereum at double-digit thousands. So very bullish Ethereum still. It's one of my top holdings, and it will continue to be. And if not, I will let you know. I'm going to end the video there. If you're not in the Discord already, the link's in the description. You can see all my exit and entry points, as well as what I'm trading, what I'm thinking. Even I have Q&As all the time. I can answer your questions on a daily basis. So the link's in the description. Check it out. It's $25 a month or $150 a year. It's pretty cheap given how much you can get from it. My exits, my entries, all that is included. So check that out. If you don't, no worries. If you can, it means a lot. But yeah, I'll end it there. Wish everyone good luck for this trading week, and let's have a good one. I'll see you next week. Peace.